Hey everybody, is this thing on? Tap, 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 tap. I said that I would go live today, so here I am. I'm ready to go live, or I am live. And I just wanted to talk about mommy mindfulness. Just to let you know, I am Cecile Edwards, the CEO and creative director of MommyEvolve, where we are destroying generational cycles, starting with us. Starting with healing ourselves as women and mothers so that we can interact with our children powerfully and in a way that develops their growth and mindset so that they are the best that they can be. And so the Mommy Mindfulness Challenge has started, and this is day 3. And in the first 3 days, we talked about self-acceptance, self-love, and we also touched on mirror work and what it means to do mirror work and just what it means to love yourself. And through my own personal process, I have been, learning to just accept all my feelings, all my emotions. I have been learning to create a space. Hey, Mia. Create spaces for me to just be myself. I know that that's difficult when you have children. If you have children, it can be a little bit taxing to think about having time alone. But I think that is something that we have to build into our lives and build into our time, to just let our children understand that we have to be able to replenish ourselves. To if you're married, let your husband understand that I need time alone so I can recharge. It's just critical. And that's one of the many ways that we express our self-love. Another way is to be honest with ourselves. Just these past few weeks have been very trying for my life. And, I had to really go inside myself and ask myself, number one, what do I really need? And what I really needed is a lot of time alone, but I also needed reassurance and someone to comfort me in spiritual ways. So I had to find those people that I know who I can go to for reassurance and spiritual nurturing. Because if I didn't get that, then I would act out in different ways, right? I would act out in different ways. I might, go dive into a tub of Talenti, or I might cuss somebody out, right? But it's up to you to really know by asking yourself, what do I need at this time? And then acting on that. And understanding that whatever it is that you do need needs to come from a space where it is something that is a long-term solution. As I said, the Talenti gelato is a short-term solution that may have long-term results, right? You may get some extra thighage that you don't want. So just being clear about what it is that we need in the moment is very important. When it comes to self-love, I know that I've achieved a lot because, listen, I'm sitting here on Facebook Live. Okay, I'm not on my main page, but that's okay because I'm talking to y'all. I'll share it later. Self-love is the most powerful thing you can do, because when you love yourself, you believe in yourself. When you believe in yourself, you live in your authenticity. And there's so many of us wearing masks in this world. Even in our own households, we're wearing masks. We don't tell our spouse things because we think that they can't handle it. We react to our children based on how we were reacted to, knowing that that's not what we want to do. But because we're afraid to operate from a different space, or we're afraid to learn how to operate from a different space, we don't. Perhaps. So, self-love is so critical to the healing process. So critical. And we do spiral up in the healing process and in self-love. Different stages. As I said, coming to this point of being on Facebook Live is one thing. Being able to have certain conversations and express myself without feeling guilty about that expression. I had to do that recently, this past week. Somebody tried to come for me, and usually I would have just buried it inside and be like, whatever. But this time I didn't do that, because I realized that if I did that, that would be killing myself on the inside. And I'm not afraid of my words anymore, because they are powerful for me. So, speak up. What is it that you want? What do you need from your family, from your friends? Even if they can't give it to you, it's imperative that you speak that truth. Because so many of us, I've spoken to so many women, mothers, who don't even want to express what they want. And as a woman, we have to know that we are the divine creators in our lives, in our families. Anything that we pray over gets healed. So we have to not be afraid of what we want, because what we want is going to bring ultimate harmony to our lives. So stop resisting. Stop resisting your own self-love through thinking that you have to stay the way that you are just to appease other people. That's not going to work. It's not going to work. And I honestly think that the reason why a lot of women have a lot of imbalances and diseases is because it's being stuck in our bodies and in our cells. And we're slowly killing ourselves. We're slowly killing ourselves. So self-love, self-acceptance, accepting that you feel the way that you feel, expressing yourself the way you want to express yourself without feeling guilty and I'm sorry, I'm apologizing. I read some years ago an article that said that women, apologize more than men. Like, saying I'm sorry is something that women do. And I've noticed that. Since I've read that article, I've been very intentional about not apologizing about everything. Especially just about just being who you are. You say something and you're like, I'm sorry, I gotta say this, but no, you ain't sorry. Just say it. Just say it. It's okay. And when you notice, men don't apologize unless they real hard pressed to apologize. I mean hard pressed. And I wonder how that affects how we teach our children how they should express themselves. Because I hear a lot of parents say, oh, you need to apologize, you need to apologize. But it's like, if the child said something that they felt, for what? We know kids are honest. Embarrassingly sometimes. They be like, Mommy, why she look like that? Oh my gosh, that's too funny. Anyway, kids are a hoot. They're hilarious. But yeah, we have to be unapologetic about who we are and how we express ourselves, and come into balance and learn how to be diplomatic with it too. Because for myself, I used to react a lot, to react emotionally. Now I'm learning to not be so emotional with my reactions, because ultimately it doesn't really do anything. I really need to think about what it is that I want. This again, going back to, what do you want? What do you want out of this interaction? If somebody pisses you off, do you want them to leave you alone, or do you want to continue the conversation? Because blacking out on them is probably going to continue the conversation negatively. Again, something I learned this week. I'm telling you, these past 2 weeks have been very interesting for my life. Very interesting. But yeah, someone was trying to come at me, and I just had to be like, you know what? I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. I said what I had to say, and I closed out the argument. But people don't like that, because they want to get up under your skin. They want to get up under your skin. And when you don't allow them to, they be like, what the hell? Self-love, self-acceptance. And then that mirror work. The third day was mirror work. Mirror work, which is actually a book that I started to read from Louise Hay. And anybody that knows me knows that I read like 15 books at one time, and then I get the gist and then I move on. That's just how I function. I can't help it. But anyway, mirror work has been a very pivotal thing. Even when I worked with my life coach a couple of years ago, before I even discovered the book like mirror work, she had me do mirror work. And there is something about looking into your own eyes. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm outside and it's some loud car. There is something about looking into your own eyes and saying that I love you, that I forgive you, that I accept you, that makes you believe it. It really, because you're looking at yourself and you're looking at every curve and every perfection and imperfection in your face and in your soul. And you're like, you know what? All of that is what made me who I am. All of it. And anything that I know that I need to change in my soul, I can. And I will. Because I want to be able to look in my mirror and see somebody that I am so proud of. I want my children to look at me and see someone who they are so proud of. And so you start to initiate changes. You start to think about yourself more deeply. Because so many of us don't think about ourselves deeply enough. We just have our day-to-day, our emotions, and we never analyze our feelings. We never feel what we feel in our bodies and understand how that affects us and how that works in our intuition. Just recently I realized that, I'm a heart space centered person, so I feel a lot of things in my heart. I feel a lot of things in my heart. If I don't understand something, I can test it based on when I ask questions and how my heart reacts. If it starts racing, if it's calm. But I would have figured that out years ago if I would have paid attention. Because this has always been the case. I always thought I had anxiety issues, but no. It was my heart telling me things. It was my heart guiding me. So anyway, I don't know if y'all have any questions. Well, Mia, you have any questions? I'm over here, but I'm about to sign out. Again, this is Cecile of MommyEvolve. If you are not on my email list, please join it on www.mommyevolve.com as we continue our 21-day challenge. On the 7th day, on every 7th day, right, we're going to have a Google Hangout where we're going to chat about the things that came up for you as you read the various posts. So please look out for that and the email about that, as well as my Facebook page, my regular Facebook page, and this one as well. I'll share it over here. It comes only to my regular Facebook page. I don't know why. Anyway, so check that out. I also have the Return to the Mother class that is coming up on Mother's Day. So look out for that. Mia has a question. How do we consistently make time for self? Well, I can tell you for me, it started out as me, first of all, paying attention to my body. To be quite honest with you, my body just naturally wakes up at 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning, sometimes earlier, depending on what's going on in the universe that my spirit guides want me to hear. And so before I used to fight myself around that. I don't do that anymore. Now I get up in the morning and I meditate or I exercise. I've been bad with the exercise. Okay. Don't judge me. I'm working on it. But I listen to my body. When I'm tired, I go to sleep. So, and it also depends on what it is that you mean by making time for yourself. What do you want to do? If you know that you want to spend 15 minutes studying or an hour studying, then let your family know that, listen, this is mommy's time. You're going to have to teach them because usually they're used to having full access to you. You're going to have to teach them. For me, I used to feel guilty. I used to be like, oh, I don't want to leave my daughter, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, if I don't, then I'm not even going to be interacting with her properly anyway. I'm going to be tired and not even hearing what she's saying, nothing. So I had to make a conscious effort to consistently make time up for myself. I put it in my phone as alerts. I go into my room and close my door and tell them, listen, I'll be out in 30 minutes. Don't bother me. I started to ask for what I want in terms of them helping with cleaning up, so that I didn't feel like I had to spend my time doing that all the time. And yeah, besides that, and just scheduling it in, I started to like call girlfriends and be like, all right, we're going to carve out Sunday afternoon for either time on the phone, because a lot of my friends don't even live in state. But I helped to cure that by starting a meetup group. And so now I am reconnecting myself with people in this area. And all my friends done moved away from me, but that's okay. Because so you have to be proactive with your time for yourself. And define what that time for yourself is going to be. Is it going to be rejuvenating? Or doing something that's going to make you more tired? Like a lot of times we do time for ourselves and we're doing stuff that's like, okay, I got to do too much to make this happen. If going to the spa is going to stress you out, then it ain't worth it. For me, time for myself means I'm sitting down, just sitting down, doing nothing, taking a nap. Sleep is my friend. I like sleep. So you have to definitely define what it is that you're in need of in that time for yourself. So what does your self-care look like? And first, again, I'm going to go back to asking yourself, what do I need? What do I need in this moment? Do I need some companionship, or do I need alone time? Do I need some nourishing food, or do I need to fast? Do I need, what do you need? And at some point, you'll get to a point where you're not even having to carve out time, because it will just be, listen, this is what I need and this is what I'm going to do. And it's going to be a daily flow to your life where you're living in your complete bliss and your home is following that. Because that's where I am right now. I just do what I feel like doing at the time. And I don't stress myself out. I used to stress myself out about cleaning up the house, getting up Saturday mornings, like, oh, I got to clean up the house Saturday mornings, because that's what I grew up doing. And so that was what was implanted in my mind, that, oh, I have to do this now. Otherwise, that's just how I had to schedule out my day. And then I realized, why do I feel like I have to do that? A lot of times we're running on programs, and those programs don't even work for us no more. So now I make the decision that, yes, there are certain things that I'm going to do on a daily basis, my intentions for the day, but my main intention for the day is to always do things that feel good to me. So this morning, for example, I made an intention that I was going to work on my business in certain ways, and so I did it. But I also didn't compromise, my feeling of, oh, I have to be doing this for 4 hours in order to feel like I accomplished something. No. You can do something for 15 minutes and you'll be fine. Or you don't have to do it within a particular time span that you have erroneously carved out for yourself. I used to think, oh, let me come home and then do all this work. After I done got home from work, being at work for 9 hours. Now I'm like, listen, during my lunch break, I'll take 15 minutes out of my lunch break and do X, Y, Z. I don't know if it's effective. I know for me, it's not effective to necessarily be so regimented with my time, because then I feel trapped. Like, ooh. I hope that was helpful and that made sense for you. But let me finish up, because I've been talking too long. Return to the Mother, May 14th. If you would like to join, please do. We are going to be discussing women's history. We're going to be discussing what it means to be a mother. We're going to be discussing what it means to return to the mother and to be powerful in our return. Returning to the mother means returning to ourselves, returning to that divine state as women. And we'll also discuss what I've learned about just holistic health and intergenerational healing, because right now we are killing our future generations with these unhealthy standards and way of seeing things, and we have to ease up from that. All right, anyway, I've been talking too long. I appreciate y'all joining. I'll talk to you later. Bye.